Hello everybody, Texas Man here. I hope that you guys are all having a spectacular day. If you guys could please give this video a thumbs up if you guys do really enjoy it. Subscribe if you guys have not already. Also do me the biggest favor of all, hit the bell notification button. That way you guys don't miss out on future videos or streams here on the channel. And as always, we're going to be talking positives and negatives about Moon from 2009. This film is rated R. It's about an hour and 37 minutes long, and it is rated R for cursing, and there are some brief nudity moments within the film. Nothing really shown of extreme nature, but I do want to cast that out there. Speaking of casting, the epic casting, epic acting and voice acting from Sam Rockwell, Benedict Wong, and Kevin Spacey for sure. And the film deals with an astronaut named Sam Bell, and he is on a lunar mining outpost. Soon he ends up suffering from some sort of accident, which leads to hallucinations and several mysteries, and the thriller sci-fi film kicks off because of that. The film constantly is keeping you guessing. You're unsure constantly what is real, what is fake, and it uses the concepts of cloning and seeing double and seeing visions and seeing things that clearly aren't there. But it also does deal with the fact that, are you real? Are you a clone? Are you the original? And I'm also happy that this film, while it did come out in 2009 and I didn't get a chance to watch it when it came out, I am happy that this is a good sci-fi movie. It's a good thriller mystery movie. And while it is a sci-fi film, there's no aliens. There are no aliens. There's no magic. There's no gigantic space battles going on. It's kind of refreshing to see a sci-fi movie without gigantic explosions. It's a really self-contained story. It's a very niche story. It clearly had a very small budget, and they did a great job with the practical effects and the CGI that is used. And it's just a good movie with a simple premise, and it's executed fantastically. It's a great drama, psychological space thriller that I think you guys need to watch at least once. The soundtrack is also epic. It's top notch. I think that if they cut away some of the nudity scenes, they removed a lot of the cursing. The F-bomb is in here and a lot of GD is in here. I think if they got rid of that, made it PG-13, I think this movie would have gotten a bigger audience to watch it when it came out. And I think it would have gotten a bigger, love and support for the film when it did release. And I think the R rating is something that kind of holds it back. A lot of people see rated R for a movie and they're like, well, why? And do I really want to, commit myself to hearing all that strong language or, nudity or horror or violence? The cursing in here, it's like 3-4 times. And like I said, the nudity that's in here, it happens once, I think, maybe twice. But it's very brief. They could have easily removed it and made this film PG-13 if they really, really wanted to. Still with that, I think Moon is good. My also biggest gripe with the film is that there's no proper ending. And if you've seen this movie, you know exactly what I'm talking about. I really don't want to get into spoilers when it comes to the plot and what happens within the film. I want you guys to go watch this movie and experience it on your own. I don't want to spoil the gigantic revelations that occur during the movie. It's a movie that you need to see without being spoiled. If you get spoiled about this film's plot and what takes place, which many people have done already, unfortunately, it ruins the experience. If you know what's going to happen, if you know the gigantic shocks and twists and turns and revelations in the film already, it definitely decreases your enjoyment of it. Now, once you've seen it and you've had those experiences and you know what's going to happen because you've seen it, I think you're going to have a much different viewing experience. I watched it, and then a few days later, I rewatched it with people. Knowing what's coming, you're allowed time to see little nitpicks and details and so that's why, because of this little small detail, it was like a clue to what's coming 15 minutes later. And because there's so many little clues and little nidbits that it throws at you, telling you, hey, this is why this is happening and this is why this is going to happen 15 minutes later, it's a movie that you can rewatch again and again and again, and you can still enjoy it and you can find enjoyment in it again. However, like I was just saying, there is no proper ending to the film. The film kind of just ends of sorts. There's no proper conclusion to a lot of the plots. A lot of the movie's ending is kind of just based on what you think will happen. The movie doesn't like necessarily tell you beat by beat by beat what happens. It's kind of like a lot of the movie's ending for the plots, it's kind of just implied as to what's going to happen. And I feel like if the movie had an extra 15 minutes, we could have seen what actually happened. It doesn't. We get a general idea without going into spoilers what's going to happen, and we kind of get some answers, but not to the depth that I think should have been done. I think there's a lot that was left open on the floor, possibly for a sequel. But I did not really enjoy the ending. I don't think it was a proper ending. I don't think it was a good enough ending. When the credits rolled, I was just like, but there's stuff that hasn't been resolved yet. So I guess the plot's not being resolved kind of adds to the film's charm, but it kind of, I like to have a conclusion to a story and not just be like, oh, maybe we'll do a sequel, maybe we won't. And I hate that when it comes to movies that are designed of such nature. Still, I'm going to give Moon from 2009 a 9 out of 10. Highly encourage you guys to check it out. As you guys can tell, you guys can get this not only digitally, but you can get it on Blu-ray and 4K. Thank you guys so much for watching. Have a great day. If you guys have any movies or shows you guys want me to cover here on the channel, please let me know in the comment section down below. Have a good one. Bye, guys.